What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Have you noticed that Pokemon vending machines have had notorious problems with scalping and just people like generally staking out the Pokemon machines to, buy out all the product? Well, I'm going to talk about it today, talk about the different things that have happened with the vending machines over the past couple months, what's been happening currently, just what the future of these vending machine products are going to be. So if you're ready for that, sit back, relax, let's hop right into it. But first, I do want to say, if you could like the video, it would help me out a ton. Also, if you are not subscribed, go ahead and drop a subscribe for me. 90% of people are not subscribed, so if you could go ahead and do that for me, greatly appreciate it. Other than that, let's hop right in. So Pokemon vending machines have been around for quite a while and have had pretty rich history over the past year since they've basically been introduced, especially among scalpers. People who like scalp Pokemon products absolutely love vending machines because they get the absolute newest product for, MSRP prices, and they're basically able to sell it. And the vending machines have, the hot products. They have the prismatic evolutions, they have booster boxes, they have booster bundles, ETB, they have everything a scalper could imagine. And this culminated in the beginning of the year, probably around like March or April, when two scalpers went viral for basically one trying to box the other one out like he's playing basketball. And they were both, fighting basically over who got to clear out the machine first, because, one person was saying they were here first, and the other one was mad that he was clearing out the machine because he had been waiting there for so long, and yada, yada, yada. And it was just the whole terrible look. I think Moist Critical talked about it, and, he talked about how embarrassing it is. It's an embarrassing look for the company, for Pokemon, because, Pokemon is seeing this video go viral, and huge influencers talking about how bad of a look it is for Pokemon, because anyone who's, like, in the Pokemon sphere sees that these scalpers are just taking advantage of the situation, and that Pokemon is doing nothing to fix this situation. Instead of putting product back on their website, they're still putting them in these vending machines that are getting paid off by certain people to be able to scalp them, or they're just one person's clearing out the entire vending machine and putting $10,000 or $1,500 worth of Pokemon product on a credit card and then going and flipping, and it was just a horrible look. I think even stores were going and just clearing out entire vending machines to have stock in the store. Like, I get stuff, you need stock for your store, but like clearing out vending machines was so scummy, and I think everyone can agree with that. But overall, vending machines were a really, kind of a disaster, especially earlier in the year. And that video going viral, those two scalpers fighting each other, kind of changed Game Freak and like Pokemon stance on vending machines. They actually implemented some changes. What they did is they basically put a timer on the vending machine. They went ahead and were like, okay, the problem is that somebody's clearing out all the stock of the Pokemon. Makes sense. Let's fix that. So what they did is they put that timer on, and the timer, it was a smart idea, honestly. They didn't put a visible timer. It's like product will drop in 20 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. That way somebody can't loiter there and be like, okay, we don't know when this is going to drop, so it's a waste of time because you don't know what's going to drop, when it's going to drop, how much is going to drop. It could be one pack, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. You never knew, so it made a lot of sense. Recently, a lot of scalpers have been actually pulling up chairs to this, and I made a video on my TikTok about it, so if you want to go watch the reaction to that. But it is absolutely hilarious to think about, and I think somebody in my Discord server actually knew one of the people. These are just straight up scalpers that are going and sitting there in front of the machine to buy out the Pokemon cards. Mind you, like I said, it isn't guaranteed what drops. It isn't guaranteed to be a booster box every single time you go there. It is completely random what you get. You could be getting an ETB, you could be getting a single pack. So seeing these scalpers, and this is starting to go viral again because I saw it all over my TikTok, I saw it over my Twitter, and like I said, I made a reaction talking about it myself, very shorter than this longer form video. But it was absolutely crazy to see that multiple people are doing this. They're just pulling a chair up in front of the vending machine and just sitting there on their phone. How are you doing that? How as a person do you think that's a good use of your time? Even if it dropped the craziest luck, it dropped 10 booster boxes, it realistically is just not worth your time. I guess if it was 10 booster boxes, I guess it would be worth your time, but it's random and it's not guaranteed, and stores have a loitering policy. You're not supposed to just sit in front of these machines because it's against the policy of both the machine and the store. People should be getting kicked out of the stores. They shouldn't be doing this because it's distasteful. If a mom and dad, or even just a regular collector, walks into a vending machine and just sees a dude either sitting in a chair in front of the machine or in the corner or something like that, and some dude's sitting against the wall, it's so gross. It's bro, you have nothing better to do than sit here and stare at this machine to buy some Pokemon cards to then flip it for maybe $30 profit after eBay fees and stuff like that. Maybe they get better deals if they sell locally and stuff like that. I'm sure some do. But, a lot of these guys are not even making the money that they think that. I don't even want to say like they're not the brightest or whatever, because some people are, but like there's a good chunk of people that are like, oh, I bought this booster box for $170 after taxes, at least in my local area. $170 is what I paid. I just sold it on eBay or whatever for $230. After fees, they don't even count the fee. They're like, I made $230. It's like, no, after fees, you made $20, bro. You sat there and lingered there and loitered for an entire 8-hour day, got one booster box, an ETB, and maybe a couple packs, and they in their mind made $300, when in reality, after selling fees and everything like that, and they're definitely not paying income tax, although I'm sure that will get reported if they go through eBay and all that, they made maybe $80 profit. Maybe. That's $10 an hour. Like, dude, you can go make more money working at McDonald's in the local area. They pay $12 to $15 an hour. It's embarrassing to me that people think it's okay to just loiter in front of these machines. And I honestly don't think there's anything really at this point Pokemon can do. They have a good system. I think the release system where it's a random timer, you don't know, it's just pure luck. Like, I'm sure it's annoying to some people who like don't go to vending machines as often. Like me, I don't see vending machines very often, but if I come across one, I'm gonna check it, and if there's nothing there, it's nothing there. I was super ecstatic when I found some stuff in one of them one time. I found a booster box. It's super cool. Like, it is unique. But that doesn't mean I'm going out of my way to sit and camp the machine and tap it every 10 minutes to see if it's dropping product. Like, it's just such a waste of time, and people don't see that. And like I said, I'm not even blaming Pokemon in this one anymore for this sort of stuff. They did fix the core issue, which was somebody buying it all out. Now it's like a prolonged issue, and it's a matter of stores kicking people out. Managers, or maybe these people pay the managers. I could see that. These people aren't the brightest. So I pay you $20 to let me sit in here every day, and it's like, managers are like, sure, cool, I won't kick you out. It just makes no sense to me. I think Pokemon can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. But if you see one of these guys, like, I obviously don't physically hurt them or anything like that, but like, I wouldn't say call them out, but just be like, wow, like that's being a loser. Like, you are being an actual loser on society by sitting in front of a vending machine. That is a waste of everyone's time. It's a waste of your time. And I think people can be doing better with their lives, if I'm being honest. Like, go do something else. Like I said, I've been ranting and rambling about this sort of stuff, but I think most of us agree, like, if you see somebody sitting in front of a vending machine in a chair, I'm gonna say something like, dude, like, your time is more valuable, dude. Like, don't be a burden on society like this. But yeah, vending machines, I think they're a super cool idea. I think Pokemon is doing a cool, phenomenal job with like getting more Pokemon product out there into the wild. Obviously, it's kind of backfired because they can't stock their website as much. Now they're stocking these vending machines, not as much going distro and all sorts of stuff. And they're being tugged in a lot of different ways. But I did just want to talk about this today because I did see it. Like I said, I like the vending machines. I think they're a great idea. I think they're really, really neat and really, really cool. And I love that they're doing it. I hope that more get put out there, honestly. I think it's a great way for less, populated areas, if they can make it out there, to get Pokemon product. And I think that'd be pretty cool to see for a lot of people, to be able to get, cards and packs and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said earlier, if you could like and subscribe, help me out a ton. I think 90% of you are not subscribed. So if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button, especially if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Like I said, if you listen to me just ramble like this all the time, I appreciate you. Also, join the Discord. We're like over 50 people in there. Would love to get to know more of y'all. We'll be doing more giveaways in the future. We're getting like over 150 subs on YouTube, which is absolutely insane. I appreciate all of you. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you guys think about vending machines. Take care.